Hello friends, welcome to my channel Gyanvapi, one stop for interesting educational content. In today's video, we will be investigating the interesting facts and secrets about a cosmic weapon known as Brahmastra, the weapon that everyone feared and no soul was left to tell the story about it. Let's move back in times to ancient India around 7000 years ago, where two events changed the course of time on earth: the war of Mahabharata and the Ramayana, which are quoted till date by sages, scholars, and travelers. Both of these stories have the mention of powerful and supernatural weapons used during the power seeking and bloody wars of that era. Both these mythological stories have frequent and evident mentions, along with proofs of mysterious weapons capable of inflicting colossal damage to the nature, mortal armies, demons, and even the immortal gods. The gigantic magnitude of power and destruction caused by these celestial weapons generates curiosity even today and raises many unanswered questions even for the brightest minds of this era. Questions such as, do we have any technology that can travel with the speed of thought? Do we have such arms that can destroy the world in one go? The answer is uncertain. We have heard interesting stories about the most technologically advanced machinery till date. For instance, the Pushpak Viman, an aerial vehicle powered by nuclear energy as quoted by Tulsidas in his Ramayana. The technology used at that period of time amazes the NASA scientists as well. Another such creation known to mankind is the Brahmastra, the weapon of weapons so destructive in nature that even the Devas and the gods of the heaven feared its wrath. What exactly is So let's first understand what exactly is Brahmastra and why was it created. Is it a god or is it a weapon? As per Hindu mythology, during Mahabharata, Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, one of the three main gods of Hindu trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, had designed a supernatural celestial weapon, Brahmastra, using only the natural elements such as wind, water, and fire. The Hindus believe that this was created by him to uphold dharma and satya. The weapon, Brahmastra in particular, was far more potent than any equivalent modern-day weapon, so powerful that it can destroy multi-dimensional physical realms at once. Neither a counterattack nor any defense can stop it, except for another Brahmastra itself. The Brahmastra is mentioned in the epics and Vedas as a weapon of last resort and was never to be used in combat. Every story is connected with some facts, and the Brahmastra has its own dark secrets. So let's understand what are the secrets behind the Brahmastra. There were three variants of Brahmastra, one more powerful than the other, and they were called as Brahmashira Astra, Brahmanandra Astra, and Pashupatastra. So first we'll understand what is Brahmashira Astra. The Brahmashira weapon was Brahma's fifth head at its tip and capable of destroying the whole world. Brahmananda Astra. This weapon was created to stop Brahmashira. It comprised of Brahma's bone and was a countermeasure of all the Astras. Now lastly, Pashupatastra. This weapon was considered the most irresistible weapon and used only by Arjun in Mahabharata, and in Ramayana only Indrajit, the son of Ravan, was known to have possessed Pashupatastra. This weapon could only be used if permitted by Lord Shiva. Brahmastra was a weapon that when hits the target, it destroyed and collapsed the entire environment, thus making it the most accurate and beast of all the weapons. Let's discover 5 interesting facts about this supernatural weapon, Brahmastra. First, the universal destruction. The Brahmastra described in the Mahabharata was a weapon which created single projectile charged with all the power of the universe. It was the fiery weapon that creates a fierce fireball blazing up with terrible flames with massive destruction and nuclear reaction. When discharged, all nature, including trees, oceans, and animals, collapsed, and the sky surrounded with flame, glaciers melt, and mountains shattered with loud noise all around. Scientists have approved that modern-day nuclear weapons have the same technology as olden times. We can cite and see several instances of Brahmastra's existence in Mahabharata in present times also. For example, Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro city, which used to be part of India before India-Pakistan division, has significant evidences of Brahmastra, the celestial weapon. The meaning of Mohenjo-daro is Mount of Death, which was named after 40 skeletons were found in that archaeological site by scientists. Most of the skeletons were holding hands and facing backwards, which signifies that they were killed in some massive attack. Researchers found later that the radiation level of the site was very high, which was equivalent to nuclear explosion conducted by scientists in America. Second, once loaded, it must be used. The Brahmastra never missed its mark and had to be used with very specific intent against an individual enemy or army, as the target would face complete annihilation. Once invoked, the Brahmastra must be discharged. Lord Ram aimed this weapon at Samudra, the sea of God, when he did not answer his prayer to allow his army and himself to cross over the sea to Lanka. However, as Rama loaded the weapon, Samudra appeared and offered to assist the king in crossing the ocean. But once invoked, the Brahmastra must be discharged, and hence it was instead aimed towards Dharmatulya, falling out of modern day Rajasthan, causing it to become a desert for eons to come. The incident is mentioned in Yuddhakand 22nd Sarg, verse 31. Also, the Brahmastra story is incomplete without Ashwathama. Ashwathama had the blood of innocent young children of the 5 Pandavas on his hands. He deceitfully killed them when they were asleep to please his friend Duryodhana, who wanted to see the Pandavas dead before breathing his last. Ashwathama knew that he had sinned by killing 5 innocent children, and he heads to sage Vyas hermitage for penance. However, after realizing that the Pandavas are alive and that he had killed their sons instead, Ashwathama releases the Brahmastra to fulfill his vow made to Duryodhana. Weather weapon. The weapon was also believed to cause severe environmental damage. The land where this weapon was used became barren and all life around it vanished forever. Both men and women became infertile. There was also a severe decrease in rainfall, with the land developing cracks like in a drought. In Ramayana, Lord Ram used this supernatural weapon, Brahmastra, to kill Asur Emperor Ravan. It is believed that when Brahmastra was discharged, the whole world started trembling. Sky was full of blazing flames, glaciers started melting, and severe volcanoes erupted everywhere. Fourth, magic spell. Brahmastra has most destructive, powerful and irresistible spell out of all the weapons mentioned in Hinduism. The Brahmastra was only invoked by a key phrase or invocation that has bestowed upon the user when given this weapon. Through this invocation, the user could call upon the weapon and used it against its enemy. The user had to display immense mental concentration. It could only be used once in a day. This weapon of Brahma can do significant damage. It has various levels, higher and lower, depends on caliber and power of warriors. Many warriors possessed it. In Mahabharata, during Kurukshetra war, Ashwathama had used Brahmastra against Arjun. In response, Arjun had no other choice except using Brahmastra to save this world from destruction. And fifth, it never misses damage. The Astra of Brahma is the Brahmastra, which has the power to eliminate the existence of anything from the past, present, and future. The strike of Brahmastra will eventually destroy everything. When used, the Brahmastra, which is a person-centric, can destroy a powerful enemy if he doesn't possess an alternate counter weapon. Lonar Lake, located in Maharashtra, is one of the examples of largest celestial impacted crater. Scientists have discovered that deep scars in the Earth's crust in India that are believed to mark the remains of a celestial crater. So friends, where is Brahmastra now? Is it buried inside the core of Earth? Is it hidden somewhere in the Himalayas, the abode of Lord Shiva? Or is it submerged in the greatest depths of the oceans? One will never know its true existence and purpose. As per Shri Krishna's teachings and shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, this weapon should not be used in Kali Yuga wrongfully for massive destruction. People should always take the path of truthfulness and work without ever seeking the fruit of their hard work. As Bhagavad Gita says, you have the right to work, but never to the fruit of work. And Hindi translated says the same, that कर्म करते जाओ, फल की इच्छा मत करो. So, if you like this video, please comment and subscribe this channel. Thank you.